Hi, Patreon friends. It's Lisa from Sonia's US team. Today is January 19th, 2023, and we have a few announcements for you. First, we wanted to thank all of our Patreons for your patience over this last quarter. Sometime at the end of last year, I think it was October or the beginning of November, Sonia decided, based on some guidance from her spirit team, that she wanted to pay retribution to some of her Patreon supporters who've been around for a long time supporting her financially, emotionally, with their pledges, and with their kind spirit. So she selected some of those people, and the plan was that she would devote several weeks to recording with them. She's still recording with them as of right now. She's just finishing up. And it's really because the spirit team has sent so much incredible phenomena with almost every one of these people. It's almost like they're paying retribution also to some of these people for their constant support. Almost everybody has an e-magazine that's been devoted solely to them. And it's just because of the incredible phenomena. And Sonia has never qualified or quantified the phenomena. If they send it, she publishes it. She never has felt that it's her job to say that this image is better than that image or this image is clearer than that image. If they're attempting to send it from their side, it gets published. And over this past quarter, we have seen everything from animation of our loved ones. My daughter did some animation, incredible 3D images. We've had people bring through older, mature individuals and toddlers and children. Even a grandma brought through nothing but children. Amazing. We had Melissa bringing through ultra terrestrials, beautiful, beautiful ultra terrestrials. We know that all of you want to see your loved ones, and we're very, very grateful for your patience as Sonia has continued to produce everything that the other side has sent. It's really for the betterment of the research. You know, like I said, we all want to see and know that our loved ones are well and renewed on the other side, and they all are. We should know that now from watching all of the incredible, incredible work that Sonia and her spirit team have produced over these past years. But we do appreciate your patience, and we are going to be moving forward. I'm going to discuss that with you a little bit at the end of this message. For those of you who want to see your loved ones and support the research, we would just encourage you to let others know about our Patreon. We have people who have joined. They stick around for a little while until they see their loved one, and then they leave. And that's fine. But the whole purpose of the Patreon is not a pay to play. It's a support of Sonia's research. And because she doesn't actually charge for anything that she does, the Patreon is a way of helping us to pay for things that need to be, that need to be fixed, that need to be replaced. Occasionally, we need to hire an engineer for something or a designer. But all of us on the US side and on the Brazilian side, we just volunteer our time, as does Sonia almost every single day. So it's kind of hurtful when we see our Patreons leave after a month or two. And we would just like to get as many people as we can, not for the financial part, okay? Because for the $5 a month, look at all our Patreons receive. We're one of the only Patreon groups who produce something every single week, and all of those are free. You would have to pay for those on Amazon. So we have our reports. We have replays of all of Sonia's presentations and interviews, and all of that stuff is available, not to mention the opportunity to take part in a group with Sonia. And we're going to be moving forward with one of those. One of our wonderful Patreons, Sandra Champlain, did a fabulous, spontaneous, impromptu discussion yesterday, January the 18th, on mediumship and us doing our due diligence with mediums. A lot of people do consider Sonia to be a medium, and I am one of those people that think that she is a different kind of medium, but she's definitely a medium and she's a servant of spirit. Those of you who are here have done your due diligence. Occasionally, we get those requests asking if we can recommend a medium for you. This would be a great opportunity, if you haven't seen it yet, to watch Sandra's discussion yesterday. It's either, you can find it on her Facebook page, on the We Don't Die listeners page, or on her YouTube page, which is We Don't Die Radio. And that was recorded on January the 18th. I'd highly recommend that to you. Let's see. One of the things that Sandra talks about and that we have shared over and over is that you don't have to pay a fortune for a medium. People pay hundreds of dollars. Some pay $1,000 or more for a medium reading. If you were to pay $5 a month for our Patreon, it would be $60 a year for all of this knowledge that the afterlife is real. You can see it. And you get an opportunity to see the phenomenon, sometimes live in video. It's a wonderful investment, and we hope that you'll tell others about it. Let's talk about what's coming up, because we're getting ready to finish up all this work with Sonia's original Patreons, who've been with her for more than 2 years, most of them. And now we're going to move on to a group where we are going to work with individuals whose loved ones have passed by their own hand, whose loved ones have passed from suicide. And from a lot of the emails that we've received, this is a really, really large group. I know that we have this in our family, and I know many of you do also. So we don't want to get bogged down again picking, 25 people to work with and it taking Sonia months to finish that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with females. And I'm going to ask you if you have a loved one who is a female who has passed from suicide, not from accidental overdoses, not from accidents of any kind, but from a suicide, from intentional suicide. If you would be interested in participating in this next group, first of all, we know that all of these people are fine. We've seen this time and time again. They're healthy, they're renewed, they are healed of any issues that they had been suffering from here. But it is a wonderful thing to be able to see them again. So we're going to start this new project with females. And I'm going to ask that you send an email to me. My email is my last name, Laniewski4@hotmail.com. I'm going to spell that for you. It's LANIEWSKI, the number 4, @hotmail.com. And in the subject box, all I want you to put is Sonia Rinaldi. And then inside of your email, you will include a photo of your loved one, the age at which she passed, her name, obviously, where she's from. And you don't need to include anything else for right now. If you want to let us know how your loved one passed, that's fine, because sometimes data will come through that will verify that this is definitely your loved one. But we just need one photo to start. And we need that photo to be at the age closest to when they passed. Now, if they want to show what they might look like now, or if they want to show what they looked like as a child, or if they want to bring through other people with them, or the spirit team wants to bring other people with them, that all comes later. You don't need to give us any other biographical details about your loved one. I'm going to collect all of those for another week. So it'll be a week from tomorrow. So I will collect all of those up until January 27th. Now, please understand, this is for our current Patreons right now. So if other people are hearing about this and they decide that today or tomorrow they're going to join Patreon so that they can jump into this with us, we'd love to have them with Patreon, but they're just going to have to sit back and wait for a little bit like the rest of us have had to do. This is for our current Patreons, and we will make sure that our Patreons are current Patreons. After I receive all of these by next week, we will group them. So Sonia was thinking maybe the first group might be females up to the age of 20. If we only have 2 or 3 of those, maybe we'll take it up to age 25. Maybe it will only be daughters at first. Maybe it'll be siblings later on. We'll group that after we get the feedback from you, letting us know that you are interested in having your loved one participate in this next recording with Sonia that will start probably by the 1st of February. There's also one other thing to let you know. We are planning a question and answer video with Sonia. Now, our Zoom group, our Zoom platform that we have, because we don't have a lot of money, only holds 100 sitters, and we can only hold it for 40 minutes. And at this point in time, we're probably not going to use any of our funds to increase our Zoom capacity because we can record and then share that with everybody afterwards. So we're planning to have a question and answer session with Sonia, where I'm going to select maybe 10 to 15 questions that are of general interest. So not a question about your particular loved one, but a question about the process of ITC, maybe about the different transmission stations, maybe about the spirit teams, maybe about the process of what Sonia does. Anything that you're interested in finding out more about, and something that you think others might be interested in finding out more about, or something that you've found confusing and just haven't wanted to ask before. This is a great time to do that. I will be accepting questions probably up until the 1st of February. And you can send me an email about those too. Excuse me. And you'll send it again to my email. It's laniewski4@hotmail.com. One more time, LANIEWSKI, the number 4@hotmail.com. And this time in the subject line, please put Sonia question. And I will collect those. I won't share those with Sonia now, but I will collect those. I will select, if there's more than 15, I'll select ones that I think would be of general interest. And Sonia and I will do a recording session and we will get that out to you sometime in February. So those are the things we have coming up. We wanted to thank you for your patience. We wanted to let you know about our next recordings. And if you have a loved one on the other side who's male, who's passed from suicide, I promise that we will definitely be getting to you too. A lot of you we already have. And that's another thing. If you are a loved one whose daughter or son or sibling has passed by their own hand, if you've recently received some images or some messages from Sonia, if you would kindly step back this time and let some others who have never received anything pop in for a chance to get their time, it'll help Sonia to get through all of those and move on to another group. I know we just love to see our kids all the time. That doesn't mean that they won't come in as unknowns. Remember, we've just had so many people coming in as unknowns. And that's what's taken so long with these recent recordings. Not, I mean, just the phenomena. Hopefully, you've had an opportunity to look through all of the e-magazines, even if it's not a group that you think you belong to, because there's just been so many unknowns. Beautiful. And some of them are coming in just such beautiful clarity, almost 3D like. Some are just unmistakable. So please make sure that you check your emails every Friday. I publish something every Friday. And if for some reason I'm out of town or computers are down or something's happened, it'll be published on Saturday. It's been a very, very long time since we've gone a full week without publishing anything. So you can expect at least 4 to 5 announcements or publications per week or per month, excuse me. So anyway, that's all I have for now. Remember, send those girls off to me at lanuski4@hotmail.com with Sonia Rinaldi in the uh, subject line. And if you have a question that you'd like us to get to, it'll be the same email with Sonia question in the subject line. Till next time, take care, everybody. Good to see you.